Real Sociedad finished 11th in the league this season with 35 goals scored, 46 goals scored against, 46 points as well. They missed out on top four Champions League football by nearly 30 points, by 24 points if you want to be exact there. They were out of the top spot, which Barcelona won in 88 points. They were off for them by 42 points, so over halfway there. They were closer to relegation this season. In fact, they actually were. They only survived relegation by 6 points in the theatrics of it. So that's quite insane. It was quite tight down there. They managed to survive relegation, essentially. Finished mid-table and surviving relegation is insane. But that's how tight it kind of was. There's only a 2-game gap there between 18th all the way up to really 11th, and then 10th. There's an 8-point gap there as well. But when you have Real Valladolid, who's been absolutely horrific, they're down there in 16th as well. Last time they won the league was all the way back in 1981 and 1982 when they won the league. Last time they came close to winning the league was in 2002 and 2003 when they finished second in the league there. We are going to jump into the game here to rebuild them with the sale of Zubimendi pending over to Arsenal for 63 to 65 million. We are going to go ahead and rebuild this team here. We are in the second season essentially, so we're kind of caught up in real time where they obviously don't have European football for this season. That's our goal this season, to get them back into European football, rebuild the squad, which actually on paper, on the game, isn't that bad. I think left back could definitely do improvement. Obviously, the back line could do improvement. There's somebody, obviously, I did go ahead and put Zubimendi onto Arsenal. So Zubimendi is an Arsenal player in this save. Somebody that they are linked with heavily at the moment and kind of are just getting the deal done over the line is bringing in Igor over from Brighton. So I went ahead and just done that as well. I brought him over to Real Sociedad, even though that's not confirmed, done deal yet. I do want Baron Shea to be our starting left midfield, so we are going to go ahead and list Gomez on there, and that's kind of be a theme. List some of these older guys because we actually have quite a lot of players. We have 38 players on the squad. A lot of these players are just dead weight that we are looking to loan or possibly sell. Most of them we are selling, but a couple of the younger ones we'll loan out to see if we can get them to grow. Other than that, we have a couple of transfer options on our bench. We have 72 million. That includes the sale of Zubimendi. That's the 64 million coming into our transfer budget as well. We would have only had close to 20 million if we hadn't done that. So some transfer money in, some transfer players we want to bring into the squad. Let's see what we can do. Now, while Zubimendi went to Arsenal, a certain man got released from Arsenal, or will be getting released from Arsenal. His contract will not be extended. A certain man by the name of Thomas Partey. We are going to bring him back to La Liga. Obviously, remember, he went from Atletico Madrid to Arsenal, so back over to La Liga here now at Real Sociedad. And that's our midfield pretty much done, at least for this season. We have Sukic, we have Thomas Partey, and I had to do it on top of my head, but I don't remember him off the top of my head now, but we have him there. Thomas Partey rejoins La Liga, joins Real Sociedad. Our first signing is a free one. And we're making an improvement to our back line by bringing in Arnu Martinez. We say hello to you from Girona. Had a fantastic season. Not last season in real life, but the season before that with Girona. They kind of fell off the face of the earth this season in real life, but Girona, he is still a great prospect, Mr. Martinez. He comes into the squad. He will be our first choice right back. Welcome to Real Sociedad. And we go ahead and make the signing. I was going to make this a loan deal, but they were linked with him about roughly 100 and so days ago. Eric Garcia joins the squad from Barcelona to Real Sociedad. Don't know if he'll be a starter. That's why we bought him instead of loaned him in, because if we loan him in, there's a chance he gets recalled in January off of assimilations here. So we just buy him for 22 million. Welcome to Real Sociedad. You will fight for that starting lineup spot. We have 3 center backs all on 79 overall now. That's why I don't know if he'll start, but he should start. And I think that's going to be it for me in this transfer window. Some business has been done. Majority of the players are out of this window, but we'll talk it through here. Thomas Partey obviously came in first. We go ahead and loan out Alice Garty to Girona. We sell Elizondo to Athletic Bilbao for 9.9 million. We obviously brought in our Martinez for $13 million. Pablo Marin, we have sold to Oviedo for $2.4. Respes, we sold to that club for $1.1. We sold to the Ents to $2.7. We loaned out Aramburu. We loaned out Merez. We loaned out Oscarson. We went ahead and sold Becker to Saudi Arabia for $5.7 million. We bring in Eric Garcia. We loan out Danny Diaz to Watford for the season. We sell Carlos Fernandez off to Salzburg for $2 million. We sell John Catacobruo for $3.5 million. We sell Sergi Gomez to Atletico Madrid for $20.6 million. That will allow Benachea to start at the left mid spot like I want him to. John Pacheco is sold to Leicester City. Miguel Gotti is sold to Sivasspor. And John Martin is loaned to Pizza, where Magdala is sold to Allianspor for $1.5. And then we go ahead and loan out John Godokska to AS Monaco and sell Lukin Bieta over to Sepsi for $1.1 million. I will see y'all at the midway point where hopefully these boys are performing decently. And halfway through the season, Real Madrid are currently undefeated. We are sitting in 6th after the 18-game mark period. We are currently 2 points off the top 4. At the moment, we do have Conference League football as it stands. We have 6 points ahead of Sevilla. We are, again, 2 points behind Villarreal, 1 point behind Athletic Club. We are in the Copa de España first round of 32 against Deportivo Alvarez. I don't think we started in the round of 64. No, so the round of 30, or round 1. The round of 32, we start against Deportivo Alvarez. We'll see y'all there. I'm going to make sure all my contracts are done and sorted. Make sure nobody gets release claused. And then we'll go from there. And at the end of the season, we finish in 5th simply by 1 point. We do get European football. We get Europa League football. Athletic Club finished in 6th. We missed out on top 4 by 7 points, so a little bit of a gap grew there in between that. Real Madrid win the league with only 1 loss to their name, so they cannot do the Invincibles, but they still get the league title. Copa de España, we got to the final, and we unfortunately lost to Real Madrid there. We lose 3-1 to them. Top goal scorer here, if we can go ahead and go and check that as we get into the new season here. Oyarzabal had 27 goals. Kubo had 18. Brias Mendez had 14. Osarkson on loan had 13 goals out of him, so that is great for us. Sucic is up to 878. On to season, technically 3, but really season 2 of the rebuild, excuse me. Let's see what we can do. And in fact, we will get Champions League football. I think it's because Real Madrid won the Copa de España, possibly. We somehow get Champions League football, pushed us up a competition there. So Champions League football for us, despite not finishing in Champions League spot. That does give us only just shy of 100 million to improve this team. And if I were to improve this team, just looking at it on paper, obviously Thomas Partey is getting up there in age. He's 33 years of age, but that is good enough for right now. Where is Eric Garcia? Eric Garcia, is he on international break? Eric Garcia is on international break. Eric Garcia is part of the starting lineup. Left back is something I didn't cover at all last season, so that is priority number 1, is left back. Other than that, maybe look to find a younger keeper for prospect, but other than that, it's also the bench is a big deal as well. So I think we do left back starters, left back for starters, and then bench for the rest. I think that is the deal coming into this season. And the first signing is that left back position. We go ahead and bring in Matteo Ugarte. He comes in from Atalanta for $27.5 million. Welcome to the club. Welcome to being first choice left back here in Spain. And after the Ugarte signing, we go ahead and sign a bunch of free agents. We bring in Brummer, we bring in Luke Price, we bring in Francisco Cruz, we bring in Jokanovic, we bring in Willie Smallbone. that leads our team to have a decent backbone to them. And now, obviously, the starting lineup is pretty much unchanged besides Ugarte coming in that starting left back spot. But we now do have Oscarson back at the club. He is on, obviously, a great little run there last season, but our bench is a lot stronger in a sense. We don't really have a good goalkeeper backup, but at the moment, that doesn't really matter too much, so it is what it is. But we do have a strong backbone of our bench now. Well, not maybe strong, but a decent backbone of our bench. Let's see who we go ahead and face in the Champions League, and I'll see y'all at the start of January. At the end of January, I should be saying. And over halfway through the league, we currently sit in the 4th spot. We go ahead and sit in that 4th spot with 41 points. We are out of the top spot by 12 points there. We are barely in the top 4 by only 2 points ahead of them. We were in the Supercopa, in which we lost there against Real Sociedad. In the semifinals, we beat Real Madrid. Or not Real Madrid, we beat Barcelona in the semifinals. As far as the Copa de España, are we still in this competition? No, we get knocked out relatively early in here. In fact, we got knocked out in the round of 32 against Girona. They win on penalties. Champions League, we finished in a playoff spot, and that playoff spot was 24th, so it was actually the last team in here in the Champions League here. So that is, it's worrying some, but it's as kind of expected. We weren't even supposed to be in the Champions League this season. We were playing against PSG, who finished in 10th, so they were on the second team out of the top 8. They're the top 8: Man City, Bayern, Barcelona, Bayer Leverkusen, Atletico Madrid, Napoli, Inter, Sporting, and Real Madrid. Yeah, I don't expect to beat PSG here in the Champions League, so we are going to go skip past that through the calendar. If we beat them, we beat them. If we don't, I'll see y'all season 4. We lose the first leg 2-1. We win the second leg 3-1, which is a 4-3 win on aggregate. I had to do the math in my head. We win 4-3 on aggregate. We beat PSG. We get Bayer Leverkusen in the round of 16 there. We have a massive game coming in against PSG here in the league, or not PSG, against Real Madrid in the league, as well as we are still 1 point ahead of Athletic Club. We do have a game in hand, so that could stretch a little bit. But let's get into this Bayer Leverkusen game, and I will see y'all after that. We lose the first leg against Bayer Leverkusen. We are going to get knocked out of the Champions League here, unfortunately. So hopefully we can hold strong in the league, as we are winning a 3-0 win there. But we need a massive performance if we want to beat them, which it looks like we lost 3-2. So 6-3 on aggregate. We are out of the Champions League in the round of 16. So we managed to somehow beat PSG, but lose to Bayer Leverkusen. And now we must hope that we can hold strong and finish in the top 4 again in the Champions League here, as we still again sit 1 point ahead of Athletic Club with a game in hand. We won't be looking to win the league. It's looking for survival at this point, and wow, what a tough stretch there. Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid to end the season. Athletic Bilbao, this is probably the most important game of the season there. I will see y'all at the end of the season. We bottled top 4 by... is it goal difference in La Liga? If it is, it's 1 goal. 2 goals possibly, if it's goal difference in La Liga. Athletic Club Bilbao finish in 4th. We finish in 5th, which this time I do believe we will get Europa League football instead of getting Champions League football. So really no improvement. It is technically a downside in competition-wise, but no improvement in the league-wise. We finished 5th for the 2nd season in a row. Oyarzabal had 26 goals, but he is getting up there in age at 30 years old. My second top highest scorer should not be a center midfielder. It shouldn't be a center midfielder. If it's not a cam, it shouldn't be a center midfielder. Briaz Mendez, though, with 17 goals. Kubo had 12. Benashea had 12. So the goals are being split evenly, at least up there. On to season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not quite sure, but Champions League, we are in again. So again, no progress, no demotion in the relegation or in the competition, I guess, because we're in the Champions League again. 115 million in our transfer budget here, and looking at this here, Thomas Partey, oh my god, he went downhill this season. Thomas Partey improvement is priority number 1. Other than that, we do lose Alex Romero for whatever reason. I know I signed a contract extension for him, so he must have retired. No, he did not retire, but he didn't get. I swear I did a contract negotiation with him. Well then, he is getting up there in age, so maybe we look for somebody different there. So goalkeeper and a CDM. And first signing we make is Yoan Garcia. Welcome to Real Sociedad. The thing is, he is coming in as our #1 goalkeeper, but he might be not #1 goalkeeper this season. There is somebody else that is older in age. His contract expiring. We are going to look to loan that keeper in and play him as far as we can. And then hopefully when he deteriorates, Yoan Garcia becomes #1 goalkeeper. I have a thing in my mind, but I bring in Yoan Garcia now. That way he's not more expensive next season. We bring him in for half, 100 million, 53 million. And I believe we find a Declan Rice pre-gen here on the free agent markets. I was honestly just looking for decent CDMs for backups. I had somebody in my mind to actually come into the squad. But this guy, he is going to take away all those options. And this Declan Rice pre-gen is going to come into the squad here at 87 overall at the ages of 20. I think he's 23, maybe 22. But he's coming in. Reggie Newman, welcome to Real Sociedad. He's incredible. 87 at 20. He's not even 22 or 23. He's 20 years old. 87 overall. And here is my crazy plan coming into fruition. Mr. Allison's contract is expiring currently. So we're going to loan him in for that year of his contract expiring. In real life, probably wouldn't have this happen. But in here, we will allow it to happen here. Allison's going to come in. 34 years of age. That's why we didn't want to buy him. But 89 overall. He's technically now going to be #1 goalkeeper. Yoan Garcia from next season will be there if there is a next season. Hopefully there isn't, to be completely honest. But Alisson Becker, welcome to the squad. Actually from Arsenal, not even from Liverpool. From Arsenal on loan for the season. Welcome into Real Sociedad. And we go ahead and bring in Dalinga. I'm not going to try to pronounce his first name, but we go ahead and bring in Dalinga in for Igor, and he is going to be our backup striker. Could potentially lead up to be starting striker if Oyarzabal starts deteriorating as he's getting up there in age. Anderson, by the way, is somebody who I was looking to bring in as our main CDM before we found the Declan Rice pre-gen. But that's our transfer window pretty much wrapped up and done. We bring in 2 goalkeepers, Newman, and a backup striker. And so this is our team. Oyarzabal leads the line here as a captain and the striker at 85 overall. Benestega at 81. Mendes, Newman, and Sucic in midfield with Kubla on the right. Unchanged back 4, and then obviously Alisson in net. Our bench is looking decent as well. It's a lot of defender heavy bench here. Lack of a midfield support, but the game is the game. I guess I could put Thomas Partey on here for him. Sure, why not? I will see y'all at the end of January where hopefully we're in the top 8 of the Champions League. I think we have a strong enough squad to at least compete for that, so I'll see y'all there. And halfway through the season, we sit in second. 5 points behind the league leaders, Barcelona. We are in the quarterfinals of the Copa de España, where both Real Madrid and Barcelona are both out of the tournament. The toughest team here is Atletico Madrid here. Where did Barcelona get knocked out? They lost to Girona here in the round of 16. Did Real Madrid lose here? No, Real Madrid lost in the round of 32, where they lost to Getafe. Champions League, are we in the playoffs? We are in the playoffs of that again. We finished 8th in the playoffs. We split it down the middle. 4 wins, 4 losses. Straight down the middle. Arsenal are your first team out of the Champions League. They finished in 25th there. Atletico Bilbao are sitting in 33rd. Wow. The top 8 are Real Madrid, Juventus, Man City, AC Milan, AS Monaco, Chelsea, Marseille, and Leipzig. But we do have Leverkusen, the team that knocked us out last season in the Champions League. Let's see if we can beat them this time around. Oh, we have an El Clasico in the mix of that. That's insane. And in the Champions League, we draw the first leg 2-2. We win the second leg 3-2. We also beat Valencia in the Cup. We draw 0-0 to Real Madrid in the league. We have Atletico Madrid in the Copa de España semifinal there. And then in the Champions League, around the 16, you don't see it here yet because it's not really registered, but you see there, we have RB Leipzig in there. Let's go to the day before and then see the rest of the matchups. And so the round of 16 here is Benfica, Juventus, Dortmund, AC Milan, us, Leipzig, Liverpool, AS Monaco, PSG, Chelsea, PSV, Manchester City, AS Roma, Real Madrid, Barcelona versus Marseille. So honestly, some relatively lopsided fixtures here. The strongest here is PSG versus Chelsea, in all honesty. Everything else is pretty lopsided. I think Juventus, AC Milan, hopefully us, Liverpool, Man City, Real Madrid, Barcelona should all get through there. PSG and Chelsea is the toss-up. Let's see what we can do here. I totally forgot to commentate over that, but we are through. We draw that second leg 2-2, but we won the first leg 2-0, which pushed us into the quarterfinals of the Champions League. I totally forgot to commentate over that. Second leg here against Atletico Madrid, we lost the first leg 3-1. We lost the first leg 3-1, so we do have the second leg here. Do we have a chance? Oh, we have Barcelona. And so the quarterfinals of the Champions League matched up like this. Barcelona, Real Sociedad, Man City, Dortmund, PSG, Real Madrid, Juventus versus Liverpool, which means there's actually quite a shock there. Obviously, Dortmund going through is probably the biggest shock there. Is that the only shock? Yes, I think that is the only shock. As far as the league is going, we are still sitting in second. We are 11 points behind our league leaders. First leg here against Barcelona at the home ground. It's a 2-0 win, in which is that Brias Mendes picking up man of the match? I think that is a Brias Mendes there. A 2-0 win in the first leg. Second leg here against Barcelona at our home ground. We're up 2-0 in aggregate. We win 1-0 in the day. A 3-0 aggregate win against Barcelona. Very frustrating because we can't do... Oh my God, we got Real Madrid. Very frustrating because we can't do that in the league against Barcelona. We can't beat them in the league. We're 11 points behind them. Yeah, well, if you can see there, Real Madrid in the semifinals. Real Madrid in the semifinals as they beat PSG, which means Juventus versus Man City in the other semifinals. First leg here against Real Madrid. We are 180 minutes away from being oh my lord, a 4-1 win. What? A 4-1 win against Real Madrid. We are going to 4-1 win against Espanyol. Now we can score goals. We will be in the Champions League final unless we absolutely bottle this. Oh my God, I thought we bottled it for a second. 6-3. Is that emblemo at Real Madrid? What's going on there? We are in the Champions League final after demolishing Real Madrid. Sure. Yeah, well, okay, we won't win the league. We're tied on points. How do we demolish them in the Champions League? Okay, well, Champions League final. Here we come against either Man City or Juventus. Champions League final against Juventus. This is our starting lineup. Unfortunately, Mr. Sukic gets out of the game with the red card suspension, so Willie Smallbone has to come in for him. But Allison, the goalkeeper we took a massive risk on loaning him in, is paying off dividends here. The back four of a Martinez, Zubiota, Garcia, and Ruggieri. Midfield of Newman, Mendes, and now Willie Smallbone. And an attacking three of Berra, Kubo, and Oyarzabal. It's a Champions League final versus Juventus here. Let's see if we can win it. If we don't win it, we'll go on to another season. If we do win it, the rebuild is complete. And this is Juventus lineup. We have Dusan Vlahovic as their striker, Engele, Koop Miners, Yodes, Kobe Mainu, Rovella, Ben Doak, Kim Min-jae, William Paco, Eder Militao, Lucas Perry, Douglas Luiz is on the bench, Fagioli, Patrick Schick, Kieran Theorem, Jordan Pickford is on the bench for them. It's Juventus versus Real Sociedad, probably one of the weaker Champions League finals you'll see squad-wise. Let's see who can come out on top, though. It's Juventus in attack. It's Ben Doak in the box, in for Koop Miners, into Dusan Vlahovic, into Yildiz. His shot is blocked. Smallbone, Kubo, Oyarzabal is in the box, and not the best of the balls, but it'll fall for him. He'll follow Willie Smallbone into Mendes, straight to the keeper. Vlahovic, kind of where you want him out of the box, is perfect for Vlahovic. That could be a penalty. It's not going to be a deflection goal. It nearly goes in. We nearly redeflected back in. That was a risky bit of play there. Nearly ended up being 1-0 for Juventus on the own goal, but they will end up with a corner here 22 minutes in. Just don't let them fly in Vlahovic's head. Zubiota will look to clear it as well with Baudon. Arnu Martinez into Kubo. Kubo into Smallbone. Willie Smallbone into Oyarzabal. And William Oyarzabal. Oh, what a finish. How has he managed to get that pass? Real Sociedad on their first real attack of the day here. Take the lead here. It's 1-0. And against the run to play, we have the lead here in the Champions League final. Don't know how this goal has gone in. I was fully expecting it to get deflected or saved. Neither happened. It went into the back of the net. Arno Martinez looking to switch the field, and what a ball that is with Benashea making that run. Wow, Benashea, can you find him? No, we have to score that goal simply for that ball from Arno. Yildiz, this is going to be Juventus' last chance before the halftime here, and Yildiz tackled by Arno. Can he keep that in play? No, it will be a corner. They will get that corner chance before halftime here. Can they draw level going into the break, or will we have a 1-0 edge here at Wembley? And it will be a 1-0 edge. Newman wins the ball. Baran just carries it out, and referee blows his whistle. Halftime. Real Sociedad are up 1-0. Briaz Mendes. If we need to start the second half here strong, assert dominance into this game here. Newman, Oyarzabal over the top for Kubo. Kubo will bring it down. He'll cut back. Kubo in for Mendes. Briaz Mendes into Baran. And Benashea will make it 2-0 for Real Sociedad. That is a well-worked goal here early in the second half here. Assert our presence, assert our dominance here. Briaz Mendes nearly with the shot there. Bedin was wide open, so he forced the pass to him. He finds the back of the net. It's 2-0 here for Real Sociedad. Gale, Minor saved by Allison. Bendogo will pick it up. He won't shoot instantly. Vlahovic with the shot. Dragged wide and out for a goal kick. Kubo. Smallbone. Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal, fake shot onto his left foot. Saved by Perry. Briaz Mendes. Switch to field. Pin perfect pass to Kubo. Maybe wanted it a little bit ahead of him, but we'll take what we can get. Oyarzabal! He went for the acrobatic finish. Nearly worked out, just didn't connect onto it. Zubiota won the header. Down to Briaz Mendes, into Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal over the top for Benashea. Benashea across the face for Willie Smallbone. Intercepted. Thuram. Marcus Thuram. Vlahovic, great tackle. It will go up for a corner. It will not matter, though. What happens on this corner will happen. We are your Champions League winners. We take down Barcelona. We take down Real Madrid. We take down Juventus in the final. I don't know how we managed to do it, but we have. We might have not won the league. We might have got demolished by Barcelona in the league, but we scraped by them in the Champions. We dominate Real Madrid in the semis, and we beat Sociedad, or we beat Juventus, I should say, in the Champions League final. And Oyarzabal will lift the trophy, one of the originals of this team. We've had a couple of them. Zubiota, Briaz Mendes, Oyarzabal, Benashea, and Kubo, all original Real Sociedad players. We win the Champions League, technically in Season 3 from this point in real life, but on the actual paper of the game, Season 4 realistically is there. But we are your Champions League winners. That will be the end of this video. If you did enjoy it, go and leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what team you want me to rebuild next in the comments. Until then, peace out.